If Sarah didn't kill Helen, why did she confess to it? Do you think she was covering for somebody?
I was a victim of circumstance. My car wouldn't start.
You tampered with this car?
That's abuse of curfew. That's a criminal offence. They found the phone. It's in a bowl of rice back at the station.
Why would you have two phones?
And why would I give you my security footage?
His daughter is in your class. Don't you think she deserves to know what happened?
Who kills sex workers, Sue? Sure as shit isn't other women.
You're off the case, Pam.
Oh, come on!
It's okay.
Hello?
So it was you. You put Dad in prison.
I
knew it. You and your hypocrite best friend will pay for this.
What did she want?
Yeah, whoa, what's going on?
I did something so stupid. You know, my ex did time for breaking curfew, right?
Yeah.
Well, I did that. A couple of years ago, I found out he's cheating on me with Cass's old babysitter, and I freaked out. I followed him to some cheap hotel, and I tampered with his car.
Jesus.
I lie, Ben. I lie, and I can't help it. I lied about Paul being a threat. I lied to Cass about her dad. I even lied to everyone about Cass.
What are you talking about?
She stole my tag coder, nicked it out of my office. I'm worried about her, Ben. Worried about what she's capable of.
We all make mistakes. But Cass is a good kid. She's young and wild, but smart. That's because of you.
Now, should men be made to stay at home at night in order to keep women safe? That's the issue being debated in the House of Commons today.
The Women's Safety Act is a law that protects women.
Does this pit women's rights to safety against men's rights to freedom?
It's discrimination against 50% of the population.
Well, that's it. In a hugely significant vote, Britain has become the first country in the world to introduce a curfew on all men. The tag is worn at all times and requires men to remain at home between 7 p.m. and 7 a.m.
If men learned how to behave themselves, then we wouldn't have to have these extraordinary measures.
The crime statistics demonstrate that the curfew is working.
We've lived through a period of segregation.
No progress comes without pain or reaction.
A group who call themselves alphas is spreading online hate and misogyny.
Huge protests have sprung up across the country calling for an end to curfew.
If we lift the curfew, how do we protect women?
She's not answering.
Who?
Pamela Green. Do you think she's mad at me for talking to the chief?
She's your senior partner, not your friend.
Sita,
I wanted to give this to the lady detective.
it's safe with me.
It's the security footage from my dad's truck last night.
And you've seen what's on here?
Green, said it. Mom. Mom.
This footage was captured at 11:32 p.m. last night. A female, approximately 5'4", 130 pounds, seen here dragging Helen's body outside the Women's Safety Centre. We just can't make out who yet.
There was a woman.
Yeah.
I need to see Pam now. I'm ex-police. Get out of the way. I'm serious. Move!
That's all right. Let him in.
What happened?
I'm fine. Honestly, I'm fine.
You don't look fine.
It's just somebody trying to scare me, that's all.
You should be in hospital.
That's what I said.
And me.
And me.
Mate, can you just give us 5 minutes, please? Thanks.
Yes, Mum.
Helen's killer was a woman.
I did say.
But then why have I got an alpha symbol the size of an Olympic clock on my wall?
Whoever did this to you, Mum, they're not alpha.
What makes you say that?
I monitor Alpha chat rooms. And in something like this, an attack on a serving police officer, they'd be bragging about planning it.
You monitor the chat rooms?
What'd you do that for?
Because curfew or not, Steve, they're still a threat.
Was there any mention of Helen on there?
Not in the lead up, no. Still some gloating about it today, but no one's taking credit.
Yeah, because it was a woman.
Question is this Sarah Jackson?
Certainly could be.
ANPR puts her in the area.
Plus, they were seen fighting at the parent-teacher event just a few hours before Helen's death.
Witnesses say it seemed to be about Cass, but Sarah won't say any more than that.
Sarah won't say anything, that's the problem. What about that second phone, the one we found in the car? That's the technology we're using, is it? Brilliant. Why 2 phones?
Pretty standard for sex workers, isn't it?
And the spray can used on the victim's car, have we got any prints on that?
We're still waiting to hear from forensics.
I'm sorry to be a bore, but has anybody managed to track down Cass Jackson?
Patrols are coming up empty. I keep calling her, but I just go straight to answer phone.
We'll keep trying her.
We're missing something here. Hello. What was Cass's phone doing in Helen's car?
It's in remarkably good shape considering it spent the night at the bottom of the lake. It's all there. Call logs, messages, media files.
Hang on. What's that?
You know I like to teach young boys. I like the way they smell.
Holy shit.
Like fresh cut grass. And
Guys, check out these messages.
I like the way their cheeks flush red and hot. Their hormones racing in the air.
You really think Cass Jackson could be our killer?
Well, she fits the profile. We know she had access to her mother's car, so it could have been her that ANPR picked up last night. We know that she stole a tag coder and untagged a boy against his will, and she forced a victim into making a humiliating video. I mean, Cass was really pissed off with Helen, partly because she helped cover up the Paul Townsend tasering, but more importantly, that she was part of getting her dad arrested and sent to jail.
Yeah, it's definitely a motive.
Okay, we need to question Sarah about this.
Or, hear me out, we cut her loose.
What?
Exactly how hard were you hit on the head?
No, if we talk to Sarah, she's just going to deny it, isn't she? I mean, she's shielding her kid. If we let her go, she might just lead us to Cass Jackson.
Letting her out in a maybe isn't good enough. She could tamper with evidence. She could flee.
All right, put her on tag. Make it look casual, you know, like we haven't got enough room to hold her.
The tag does not restrict your movement during the day, but between the hours of 7 p.m. and 7 a.m.
I know the drill. All right. We put her under surveillance, monitor her movements.
Car is waiting.
Bring Cass Jackson into custody. She's our #1 suspect.
Hope you're right about this.
The fingerprints on the spray can are a match for Greg Jackson. He's the one who vandalised Helen's car.
What do you think? A family affair? They're all in it together.
Freddie, follow her discreetly. I'm going to go and have a word with Greg Jackson. Actually, take Aisha with you for tech support. Mr. Jackson.
Oh. What do you want now?
Look familiar.
Christ, what are you going to do? Arrest me for a bit of painting?
What, as in criminal damage? Yeah. Personally, I'm particularly interested when the person whose car you vandalised turns up dead.
Listen, I had nothing to do with it.
And yet you spray painted the word bitch right across her windscreen.
I was angry, okay?
Because she helped Sarah put you in prison. I've seen the footage, Mr. Jackson. Footage you had your daughter commit a criminal offence to obtain.
I never put her up to that.
She de-tagged a boy, Mr. Jackson, and then blackmailed him into breaking into police records. Has she always been that rash?
What? No. No, it's just... No, I'm her dad. You know, she was trying to help.
Suppose it was her idea to get revenge too, excuse me.
What?
You hiding Cass in here?
Hiding her? You think Cass had something to do with what happened to Helen?
You know I like to teach young boys.
What's this?
That was made by Helen Jones after she was forced into it by your daughter.
I like the way they treat
She wanted revenge, and now she's on the run.
their hormones racing.
Cass would never do that.
If you didn't hurt her, then why did you push her car in the lake?
What? I didn't do that. I mean, yeah, I painted the windshield. It's a minor retaliation for spending 2 years in prison. But I didn't push that car anywhere.
Do you think she knows that we're tailing her?
She could be leading us away from Cass.
Hmm. Do you know Steve?
Redmore?
Yeah. Did you work with him when he was a cop?
Yeah, for a couple of years, yeah. He's a good guy. He was a good cop. Why?
Why did he leave?
Well, a lot of them did after the Women's Safety Act. Couldn't get promoted.
Oh, hello. Where's she off to?
How'd it go with Greg Jackson?
Oh, excuse me. He said he vandalised the car, but he didn't chuck it in the lake.
Right. What's this?
This car was tailing me this morning, and again just now. I've just been running the plates, but they're fake.
Have you notified Special Branch?
No, I don't know if it's anything yet.
Or it could be the answer to who knocked you over the head. Just give me the details and I'll let them know. And I thought you'd want to see this. It was found in one of Helen's kitchen drawers.
Why haven't I seen this before?
Had to run it past counter-terrorism first. Apparently this group's on a watch list.
Please know that your work erodes not just your soul, but the safety of women everywhere. Ooh.
Yeah, it's a very special letter.
Here you go.
Cheers.
Okay. Janet. You told me you didn't know Helen Jones.
I don't. Not personally.
You don't like her cam girling, though, do you?
It's pornography. Pornography endangers women.
How so?
The old-fashioned way. Objectification. Dehumanising women to the status of commodity.
How did you know that Helen was a cam girl? Did Cass tell you?
No.
Oh, come on, Janet, you're lying to me. Where is she?
I told you this morning. I don't know.
From what I gather, you and Cass don't get along so well, so why is she sharing all this information with you?
Well, we got closer when our mum became distracted.
Hey.
Have you been out all night?
Stop off, Janet. You're not my mum.
She said you two had a fight.
Yeah, well, if you knew what it was about, maybe you wouldn't be taking a side.
Look, I've got a couple of bottles of Pilsner in the fridge. Do you fancy one?
It's 11 a.m.
Suit yourself. Go and have another blazing row with your mother. I guess I felt protective of Cass.
What is this?
This is what I do to protect women.
Protect them from what?
Well, themselves mostly.
You're proper weird, Janet. So what do? Start preaching at them?
Yeah, something like that. Cheers.
I know someone you know.
What?
A pornographer.
So you decided to join Cass and her family in ruining Helen's life?
No. When I say I was worried about Helen, I mean it. I was trying to save her. Women don't realise when they enable their own destruction, when they tell their husbands they enjoy cooking for them, when they spend hours stripping their bodies of every trace of hair. They collude. Hell, they lead the fucking dance. Doesn't mean they deserve to be punished for it.
Were you at the parent-teacher event last night?
Yeah, I was there with my foster kid, Abby. It's funny, talking about pornography, there was this pompous bloke there was rattling on about the dangers of it to parents, and apparently he was leading workshops for the boys.
Tom Banley, co-op counsellor.
Yeah, that's him. I mean, I might have agreed with him, but nobody wants to hear it from a bloke, do they? He seemed a bit keen on Helen.
They were seeing each other.
Well, considering what she was up to in her spare time, I consider that rather ironic.
Did you see the fight between Helen and Sarah?
No, I missed the whole thing. But you should speak to Sian Williams. I spotted her and Helen whispering together earlier that afternoon.
Were they arguing?
No, it's weird. It's like they were scheming about something.
You don't think Helen had agreed to testify against Sarah, do you?
Your fella's here again. Said it was urgent.
Excuse me. Can you call Sian Williams and ask her to come in, please?
Yeah.
Wait, this is the halfway house where Greg lives?
So much for wanting nothing to do with him.
I've just been to speak to your neighbour.
Oh, that's not your job anymore, Steve.
Well, apparently her husband saw someone breaking into your house early this afternoon through the back door.
Well, they saw the intruder.
Pam, here's the thing. When he confronted her, right, it was a woman, apparently. She flashed a police badge.
What?
Yeah, your intruder was a police officer. Now, Ferguson, she's been very vocal, hasn't she? Warning you to stay in line, insisting you don't look into male suspects.
What are you saying, Steve? You think Sue broke into my house and hit me over the head with a kettle?
Maybe.
She just led me back on the case.
Yeah. Now that you can see that the killer's a woman. Look, all I'm saying is, we both know there's a lot of eyes on this case with a vote coming up, yeah? And a male killer, well, that certainly would be inconvenient, wouldn't it? Hey? Just tread carefully, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Look, I love it. You all right?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, Becky, can you get me the full names of all the men that were arrested for violating curfew last night?
Oh, there were no curfew violations in our precinct last night.
What?
I was just looking for myself. Must have been a slow night.
But when I looked earlier, Never mind, it doesn't matter. Thanks.
Has she moved yet?
She's heading in the halfway house.
Is she now?
It certainly lends credence to the family affair theory.
Freddie, when we checked for curfew violations last night, the crime scene, how many were there?
3 drunk man in the shed and 2 warning neighbours. Why?
Well, now the system's saying none.
No, that can't be right. Because...
What is she up to?
Ooh, how's that going?
You told her you're not yet?
Because the,
It's all good here, man. Everything's fine.
She's way out of your league, mate.
Got it.
I want a lawyer.
I expect you know a few, don't you? Anyway, you're not under arrest. I just want to ask you a few questions. I've just got off the phone from your boss. It seems that you were fired 4 days ago for harassing Helen Jones. You didn't think that was worth mentioning when I was at your house earlier on?
You didn't ask.
Take a seat. What happened?
I was stressed. It's possible I stepped over the line. The next thing I knew, I was fired. I love that job. After 17 years of raising children, I got to feel like my own person again. Like I was building a life of my own. And then it was gone.
Not bad. A little low, but it's got some power. Bloody can just play rugby.
I had no idea how to tell my husband.
Rugby is about savagery. Football is about control.
He'd had to turn his whole life around to watch the kids. He was just getting the hang of it.
How much longer are we gonna do this for?
Till you learn not to punch holes into walls.
It was an accident.
No. No, that was pent-up energy. You're not a little boy anymore, Max.
I know.
Okay, good. But you've got strength. You need to learn how to control that, how to channel it. Again. Yes! That is what I'm talking about. You channel it. You control it. Bring it in.
Wow!
You're home early.
Yeah, I just took the day off. The boys have been missing me.
Good. You have responsibilities here.
Damn right.
Hey! Don't talk to your mother that way. 50 laps around the yard.
What?
You heard me.
But he...
What? Look at him. I'd make him do 52 if I didn't think it would kill him. Prick. As usual, Reese, excellent language in front of our children. You sure you're okay?
I'm fine. Oh, Dad, what's wrong? Do you want me to call a doctor?
I'm fine. Don't fuss.
So you lied to him?
Yeah, well, we're married. It goes with the territory.
To the back!
You were at the parent-teacher event yesterday.
Can I have those?
Yeah.
What did you do?
Do you know what? As I'm sure you can imagine, it was pretty awkward. The shadow of Paul's death hanging over everyone.
Yeah. And Helen getting you fired for harassing her. What about Sarah?
What about her?
Well, you were suing her.
And she was sleeping with my husband. Yeah. If you think I didn't know about that, Detective, you're wrong. Told him he's free to consort with whoever he likes. And maybe next time just practice a bit more discretion. Bit inappropriate.
What?
Fucking can't believe you. You had him tagged.
Yeah, well, someone has to make the decisions around here. With you at work and all.
Having said that, his choice of lover was pretty questionable. I'm sure the fact that I was suing her was part of the appeal. You know, even her own daughter was hoping I'd win.
Is that what you and Helen were whispering about last night?
What?
Well, you were seen together, you and Helen. It didn't seem like you were fighting. If anything, you looked friendly, really friendly. What happened between you being fired 4 days ago and the parent-teacher event last night? Had she changed her mind? Was she going to testify?
No, it was... I promised Helen I wouldn't say.
She's dead, Sian. Somebody killed her a few hours after that conversation. So if you know anything that's going to help me, you need to tell me now.
Do you know what Total Harmony is?
Yes, it's a domestic violence charity.
Helen's cohab counsellor is a volunteer there. And after I lost my job, I started volunteering there too. Turns out Tom Banley isn't just Helen's cohab counsellor. I assured her I wouldn't say anything. But it was a relationship that she was starting to doubt. I could see that at the parent-teacher event.
Even with the content controls, the boys can still access this stuff, you know? And poor women who are coerced into making this content.
Well, it's not always coercion. I mean, men don't have a monopoly on desire.
And even that is a caged mindset.
She was starting to wonder, had she been manipulated in some way?
She was going to break up with him.
Yeah, but I don't know if she ever got the chance.
Did you see the fight between Helen and Sarah?
Yeah, that was... Wait, do you know about Helen's second job, the camgirling? Someone had been coercing her, like properly, fully scaring the shit out of her. Turns out, it was Cass Jackson.
How do you know that?
What are we doing in here?
I've got a surprise for everyone. I'm gonna need an AV man.
What kind of surprise?
You know, I like to teach young boys. I like the way they smell. Like fresh cut grass.
How did you get this?
And innocence. I like the way
I'll
they
say
taste
is,
flush, red and hot.
if Miss Jones didn't want people to know about her extracurricular activities, she shouldn't have ruined my dad's life.
I like the way they look at me. Like I could teach them how to please a woman.
I'm gonna need you to play that when I tell you to, okay? Dad, can you hold my bag for me?
Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. I'm supposed to deliver a talk about the Curfew campaigner, Valerie Rashid. But I think we can look closer to home for our feminist icons. Icons like our sociology teacher, Helen Jones. A woman who has worked tirelessly to help us understand that our bodies are our own. And how better to teach than by leading by example. So I have a video I'd like to share with everyone.
How to do the perfect pedicure. The right way.
The right way?
First, you must always dress like a troll. Secondly, you must choose the most hideous color.
It must be the color of boogers.
Next, you must make sure that it fits smell of me. Only.
show me this, Kaz. You'll destroy your life.
She destroyed mine!
Stop!
Cass, you alright?
Oh, piss off, Billy!
Now, you know what, Cass? You keep pushing away people who care about you, and you're gonna end up all alone, yeah?
Whoa. What happened?
You know I like to teach young boys. I like the way they smell.
Cass was blackmailing Miss Jones. I think Max felt a bit protective of Helen.
So that's how Cass's phone ended up in Helen's car.
I think Helen just snapped.
I need to talk to you outside.
What's wrong?
What's wrong? Remember that day when someone was outside my house scaring the shit out of me?
Yeah, why?
That was your daughter.
No, what?
It's intimidation, Sarah. Coercion. Where do you think she learned that sort of behaviour?
What do you mean?
From you. I've tried my best to be a good friend, and all you've done is pull me into your vortex of lies again and again.
Hey, now, let's
Don't
relax.
touch her! You need to be the one to show her how to behave. You have to take responsibility.
What are you saying, Helen?
You need to tell the police the truth about Greg and Paul, or I will.
No, I can't. Well, they'll take her away from me.
Well, maybe they should. Paul wasn't reaching for a taser that day.
What?
He was reaching for his phone. And I, for one, am very, very sorry.
Holding on to that many secrets takes a toll.
What I don't understand is, why would she confide in you?
What?
Helen, why did she confide in you?
Maybe I was just in the right place at the right time.
Huh.
She's been in there a long time. What are you doing?
When I was working curfew enforcement, we had multiple call-outs a night. Okay, men who thought they'd hacked their tags. Men who'd gotten so drunk that they forgot they were wearing one, but it was every single night without fail. Except that's not what the records show. Apparently in our precinct, there've been 12 nights with no attempted breakages.
Okay.
Look, look at these dates, okay? On every single one of these nights, a woman was murdered. 12th of May, Jess Winslow. 15th of August, Chanel Dremlin. And on every single one of these nights, no man broke curfew.
Oh, wait, what are you saying?
I'm saying that either that's a huge coincidence or someone's been tampering with the files. Okay, I'm going to take a look at what she's doing. Ma'am?
Freddie, you checked Tom Bailey's alibi for last night, didn't you?
Yeah, he had special dispensation to travel from his house to Total Harmony. A 10-minute allotted commuting time.
Do you know where Total Harmony is? It's right next to the school. His permitted commute brought him right past the murder scene.
Leaving him plenty of time.
To murder a woman who was planning on breaking up with him.
Listen, I found something mine too, about the lack of curfew breakages. Sending it over to you just there. Ah, shit. I gotta go. Right, let's go.
What could she want at the Women's Safety Centre?
She's gone back to her office. Shit. Okay, call it in. Speak to the Green only.
Where are you going?
She's on tag. We can't let her get a coder. Where is she? Sarah? Sarah, it's Detective Wilson. Oh, shit.
Eddie!
Go.
Pam, I've passed the info on that car on Special Branch. They're looking into it. Your head holding up?
Yeah, it's fine.
We might have lost her, Mum.
Well, did you get the number plate?
No, there was no time.
Yeah, I agree. Something's wrong. Something's really wrong. What? Sarah was at mine and she was asking for the tagging coder.
What, from you? I thought Cass had it.
She did, but... Sis... well, she offered to give it to me. Jesus! Put that away. 2 years they gave me because my car wouldn't start. What do you think they'll give me if they catch me with that? Use your head, girl. But after what went down at the parent-teachers evening, I was just so angry at the whole system. You know, if the rules ain't fair, then why should I play by them?
Oh, Christ.
And Cass figured it out, and she sent me a bunch of shitty texts at midnight, and now the bloody thing doesn't work.
No, I had it deactivated, but Sarah didn't know that.
See, and that's what I told her. And she got really angry. Said she needed a tagging coder, but it wasn't for her, and said that someone was blackmailing her for it.
Did she say who?
She wouldn't tell me. But she was scared, really scared. And I've never seen her like that.
So Sarah gets out on tag and the first place she goes to is yours. She knew that you had the key and not Cass. How did she know that?
I don't know, but I didn't tell her.
So either Cass told Sarah where the key was or the blackmailers. Cass is with the blackmailer. Sarah wasn't trying to cover for Cass. She was trying to save her.
Help! Someone!